So in this video, I'll show you how to add HDRI lighting to your scene and also how to render an image with a plain white background. So let's get started. So this is the image that we're going to render in this video. So I'm going to start with the scene we made in the last video, but you could use any scene, it doesn't matter. So firstly, we'll add our lighting using a HDRI file. So we don't need the lighting that's currently in the scene, so select the lamps and delete them by pressing X. We're then going to switch to rendered view and then open up the timeline window. Change the window type to shader editor. That's where we can see our object material properties and we can change that using nodes. We're going to switch it to world and you'll see we've got our background connected to our world output. We don't want the background, so select that and delete it by pressing X. Press Shift A to add a new node. We're going to go to texture and then environment texture. Connect the color to the surface. Everything should turn pink. Then going to open our HDRI file. So that's basically a file that contains a 3D background with lighting attached to it. And you can find these at hdrihaven.com. I'll link that in the description. So open up your file. And now you can see we've got the lighting on our object as well as a 3D background. But we don't want the background. So let's go over to render properties. Whether you're using Eevee or Cycles, it doesn't matter. It's the same process for both. Scroll down to film and check the box that says transparent. Now we've still got the lighting from our HDRI file, but we don't have the background. So you could render the image now with a transparent background, which can be useful in many cases. But let's say you wanted to add a plain white background if you're making a figure. Go down to color management, change the view transform from filmic to standard, and then go to the shader editor window and change it to a compositor window. Then check use nodes. Then we want to add a new node that places a plain white background behind our rendered layers. So press Shift A and then search for alpha over. Place that in between the rendered layers and the composite image and connect the rendered layers image to the bottom image of the alpha over. So that makes our white background behind our rendered layers. Then change the pre-multiple to 1. So you won't see any difference in your viewport window, but when you render the final image, it will now render with a plain white background. So when you're ready, click render and render image. So once again, I hope this video has been helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments, and thank you for watching.